Hey yo guys, girls, and everyone in between. This is Rebellious Pastry here. And yes, I am a little bit late. And it's just me. Because one, there was a pastry invasion in the printmaking studio today. And two, my guest canceled on me. Which, they will be they will be allowed back on, but I'm gonna give them a channel strike for it um because it's yeah um because it's on the roll sheet that but yeah, anyways, I am sorry I've been gone for so long. I have had like multiple different things. I have had multiple different things that I had to deal with off the channel, but I'm back since I'm just back. Um, my announcements are um, let's see here. There we go. We're gonna make this work, but um, my announcements are I'm gonna start back up the show again after going too long and abruptly not doing it because my grandma died. Apparently this stream's season is cursed, but I'm hoping by next week we have better options, I guess, better like participation, whatever, whatnot. Um, and then what else? I'm honestly wasn't quite expecting for it to just be me on here today, but that's what happens sometimes apparently. So yeah. Um let's see here. Sorry, it's been a hot minute since I've been on air, so my brain's like so yeah. Um I'm just titling the stream because I don't know what else to call it. And yeah. Um anyways, um so what have I been doing all this time? Um, I've been having to do mostly IRL obligation stuff. Also, before I get too far in, I'm just going to say that the reason my voice still sounds like this, even though I said I was starting testosterone in, like a month and a half ago, is the fact that, um, personal things caused a hold up in it, but I'm planning to start on it soon, so don't you worry. I'm going to eventually be who I am. Also, another announcement. I'm going to make a video about this, but I'm going to be I'm how am I going to word this? I am not non binary anymore, and I am a trans dude, so, um, I am now, but I'm gonna still keep pastry the same until, like, I am able to get the video up. I want to do another video before it, so sorry I've been in such a mess, guys. Life has just been a piece of work. But all that matters is that I'm here now and no one's watching, which means y'all will watch later. Also, I totally changed the game plan because my guest didn't show up. And yeah. Um so I'm let's see. Sorry, my yeah, So why don't you just, if there's anyone who wants to ask me any questions, you can. I am. I'm kind of stalling because I was supposed to interview somebody today, but they didn't show up. So, yeah. I'm gonna talk with them about rescheduling, but, yeah. Um, um, so I'm going to pull up my Audacity. Pull up, file, open, full sound, screen share. I know, I am like out of the. I know, I haven't streamed in a while, and I'm so sorry about that, guys. I really truly am. I have just been having. Let's see here. Screen capture. Let's see here. General. Window capture. Add source. I don't have a FireAlpaca tab open right now, so I'm going to. Hello, Mikey. How have you been? Hello. It's not Miss Pastry, it's Mr., which I'm going to explain in a video after the one I'm currently working on. So, yeah. You're good, man. It's been a hot minute since I've been doing things, and also my voice doesn't quite sound the way I want it to. Because let's just say nothing works like I want it to, apparently. But yeah. Let's see here. So I'm gonna start out by, just so you guys know, I edited, this off air. I'm going to effect, let's see here, bass and treble. I'm gonna see what that does. Alright. Effect. But yeah. Thank you, Pastry, for being a chat supporter, to our, MSF channel. Sorry I haven't really, visited in all that much. I would, another channel friend of mine, got freaked out due to my absence, and I'm going to try not to ever do that again. So yeah. Let's see here. Effect. Dude, I don't want to let's see here. There we go. Apply. Let's see here. There we go. Maybe. But yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna take my keys off so they're not like jingling the entire time. And then I may or may not lock myself out because I'm gonna forget that my keys aren't on my door, but I don't want to get up from stream because I'm the only one on air right now. But yeah, let's see here. everything is like in 2 minutes behind, so you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be taking off my keys, like right when I'm continuing on with whatever was planning on to do beforehand. So, yeah. Um, dude. Um. I'm going to smash those closer together, but not exactly the closest together, because if they're too close together, then it goes like this. Beep. There we go. And then I'm gonna double check for background noise in these. So I do not really want to spoil this entire video, so I'm not going to play all of the audio. But funny enough, the idea for this video actually came from a Q&A I did, which was like it was actually asked by a channel friend of ours. I think we both know him, but Lorenzo asked me. But it's basically, yeah. I'm going to make a community tab post to be like, hey man, I'm on air, but by myself this time. But yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to share community tab, create post, stream on, but just me. There we go. So, let's see. All right, the story of why I'm making this video. The story of the story of making the story of Pastry's design character. But yeah, let's see. I'm going to see if what I did like 30 seconds ago helps with the background noise, which the fact that I have the same background noise currently in real life, but yeah, isn't helping me, but we're going to continue on. There we go. I'm gonna check on, oh wow. Though now, something that I find interesting is if you were to, like, look at how big this gap is. If I were to go and, subtract, then, the gap gets smaller, but yet it's truly like a huge gap. So I'm going to connect 2 and 3 together. Just so you know, the reason of why I have 3 different sound files is because if I record everything in one go in one script, then I tend to sound like very disinterested and like a robot. During my videos, which has been let's just say when a batch member mentioned that, they were nicer about it, but with how my wording goes, I am going to say the more straightforward version of what's going on, because I have a hard time, I don't know, like, sometimes I have a hard time phrasing it nicely, especially when I'm talking about myself, which is a problem, I know, but that's beside the point here. And I'm going to, when I get the chance, I'm going to title it to We're Back. After this stream, of course, because I want to just continue on with what I'm doing. Pastry, did you hear that? It was, Madane's, Marie Curie's birthday today. She is the scientist who, I'm sorry if this is a stupid question, but is she still alive or is she dead? It don't matter either way, but, that is so cool that, it's the scientist that cured polio's birthday today. Because it's like, deceased, yeah. Let's see. Now that I think about it, hello, Jeff B. Sorry it's been a hot minute since I've been on air. Life have happened, but I'm back. Hello. Everyone saying hi to each other. And then, so, another problem that another channel friend mentioned, is whenever I talk on air and, I have my Discord audio going on at the same time, both, the Discord audio is louder than mine, so as soon as I actually get an actual show going, and not just this emergency, whoops, we're back, I'm going to play around during pre-stream being like, how can I balance this? Because if I can't balance this, then I'm going to have to go to a different platform, which I do not want to do. Because one, I'm stubborn, and two, I know how this works. I know how Streamlabs works. They also added a new feature that allows me to separate out my outgoing audios so that I can have, like, my Discord audio be separate from if I want to play music or, like, whatever else I want to do with this platform. But, yeah. Let's see here. I titled it Starting Over just because everything. I have everything, like, set up here, but I'm restarting it, so yeah. I'm honestly hoping I have more news for you guys, since it's been a hot minute since I've been on here, but, actually I'm gonna start drawing for the video. I realized that I did not fully edit out my audio, so that's what I'm doing. Where did this come from? Hold on. Oh, okay. Anyways, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. Yep. Where was I going with this? If it wasn't just me on here, then, the guest would have probably been like, oh, but yeah. Um, wait, now I remember what I was going to say. And thank goodness it's not like 2 hours after the stream is over, as I'm just laying there in my bed trying to go to sleep and being like, oh, this is what you were meant to say. But so you notice how this show is on Thursday instead of Wednesdays, when this show traditionally happens on Wednesdays. Next, starting in, so the next stream season, which is going to be in January, is going to be on Wednesdays. Like, you remember when I used to do like Wednesdays from 3:50 till 6. I'm going back to that because let's just say that time slot is my preferred time slot for shows, just because like it's on Wednesday, so it's like when I used to do videos, I was able to be like, okay, so we're doing posting on Saturday and we're streaming on Wednesday. So it's like as even as we're going to go, because weeks are 7 days, not 6 or 8. I wonder why that is. But due to weeks being uneven amount of days between Saturday and Saturday, I decided that Wednesday is the middle of the week. And I'm going to call it the middle of the week. And you want to know what is good balance with the middle of the week? A show when you post on Saturday. So it's like just a good way to like balance out when I do stuff on the channel. But yeah. Which back in the very beginning of my doing shows on here, I did a show on Monday. But then it was just like the rest of the week I had nothing going on, and then I post on Saturday, and then Monday, and then an entire week goes by, then Saturday, then Monday, then an entire week. Then, yeah, you get the point. But I just, like a midday show is just, or not midday, a midweek show is arguably like the best time to do it. And the reason and I could have went with Tuesdays. As far as I can, from Mikey, as far as I remember, Wednesday have been the hump of every week, or to get us over the hump until we reach the weekend. Yeah. So, yeah. What? Let's see here. But yeah, I just like having a midweek show, because like during Saturdays and Sundays, I have stuff going on. Other people have stuff going on. That is not really like a good time to just watch a show, or maybe some people do have that time, but since this is an audio podcast and no video to it, people could just listen to it if they're like working or whatnot, I hope people aren't working during this time, or most people in the States aren't working during this time, because wait a minute. I'm just going to say that I work an IRL job at this time on Saturdays and Sundays. So Look at me talking. But yeah. This this show has nowhere to go, so it's going to go wherever I tell it to. So yeah. If you guys have any questions for me, please ask them because it's been way too long since I've done a Q&A. If I knew that I wasn't going to have a guest this week, then I would have been like a week beforehand, hey, ask me questions. It helps me and my wife that are retired so we can run streams pretty much at any time throughout. Yeah. It's just like, think about this. Just when you think about what time to stream, you can't just think about what time you're free. You gotta think about like what time majority would be free. What the fuck did I do with this audio? I forgot to like edit it all the way through. What is wrong with me? But yeah, let's see. Alright, so we need a little lag between that sentence and the next one. Started with a cartoon and let's see. There we go. Alright, so that's a re-record. Sometimes I don't quite get what I want the first time, so I have to restart what I was saying, which can get very annoying. Which can get very annoying with like editing because then you have to edit it out like this. But once it's out, like choppy chop. At this point, but yeah, what I was saying before I got sidetracked is, and also since also I can go as far out as I want since I don't have to listen to stream rules anymore because this isn't a official show anymore. So I might go longer, might go shorter, just depends on how the vibes go. Also, if you have, so yeah, this is actually working out better than I thought it would. But yeah. Also, another video that I'm planning on to do, either before or after the gender one, is when I do webcams, let's see here. When I do webcams, it's helpful to be selective with times. And if I do live streams, I usually do them without running into other YouTubers streams too. So how I do things is with my normal show time, I tend to tell people when my normal show time is, and if they end up streaming on top of me, like live streaming on top of mine, then I'm like, hey man. Then I tend to like DM, hey man, I'm streaming during this time. I just like as a joke. If it's a channel friend of mine, I'm like, hey dude, I normally stream during this time too. How dare you? Ha ha ha. But yeah. So yeah. But during random work streams, if there's someone who is streaming that streams a lot, then I don't feel bad. But if there's like someone who almost never streams and then they are on and then I think about getting on, then I tend to watch them instead. Unless I have a planned guest for that so-called random work stream. I've had my online best friend by the name of the Animation Station join me on these things too. which is super fun. Um, but yeah, the funny, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Sometimes whenever this kind of stuff happens a lot, I tend to edit my audio backwards because like when you order when you edit an audio backwards, you can tell which is the real thing and which one is which one is the final thing and which ones were mistakes. Um let's see here. Sorry if I'm like stumbling on my words a bit. I was planning to do half of the amount of talking I am right now for my stream. But yeah. Let's see. Which yeah, that is true about pastry not having eyebrows. Um doop 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 doop. Can you guys hear that? Hold on. Alright. I'm going to make sure that everyone can hear that by doing the new using the new brand new shiny button. And let's see here. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. Can you please give me context about why you're bringing those up? Let's see here. Where's that brand new shiny button? Okay, application. Alright. New source. Add source. Let's see here. Full sound. Because I'm super creative with I was running out of room. Fair enough. There we go. Pastry. Let's see here. Pastry. Are you planning to do any random topic streams in the future? Random topic streams. I don't tend to like do any random topic streams. The closest thing I do to random topic streams is random work streams, which is basically where I randomly decide that I want to get videos done. Sometimes they get done, and more commonly, me and my guest get more distracted on the topics we're talking about to where I can't get videos done because I got too distracted with talking on the show and with the guest. But with those random work streams, we tend to talk about random things. Like I remember doing a random work stream where we just ended up doing tier lists of random junk. Just like the random work stream is just time for me to try to get things done for videos. But yeah, the random topics that get mentioned on the channel is the random talking streams are called random work streams on the channel. Um, as far as, um, um, let's see. As far as our channel goes, we're mostly done. Alright. And then, yeah. I was just seeing if there was a second question there. And there wasn't necessarily. But I'm going to add my own question, the question I thought I saw, which is, do I do any holiday specials with streams? It depends on how I'm feeling about the holiday. Thanksgiving, I've done specialty streams for. But this year I'm gonna skip it because the stream show is actually the next slot, or like the slot for the week, is actually going to be on Thanksgiving. And I didn't want to do that. I also didn't want to do a substitution slot, just knowing how things have gone this season. Christmas, I sometimes do a special for, or wait, actually, recently I've definitely taken New Year's and Christmas off because I need some time to like rest between doing last season and this season. And during Christmas and New Year's, I tend to figure out what time the next season's show is going to be, which I tend to be like, okay, can it be on Wednesday, 3:50 till 6? Yes or no? If so, I tell all the people who have been on shows first, hey, everyone who have been on shows before, do you want another slot? And then after that, I basically tell people who I'm friends with, hey, I do this show, do like a basic rundown on what the show is, and then ask them if they want to sign up for slots. In general, the show slot system works very well, unless, which I have, so, let's see, train of thought, where was I going with this? So the show slot system works very well unless someone decides to drop their slot right before the show starts, which used to be more of a problem, but I have mitigated that problem for the most part. But I still have issues with it, like today. But you want to know how I mitigated that problem? So, like other problems that I've either had or want to prevent here on the show, I have this basic rule sheet, which is 20 rules, which sounds ridiculous, but if you actually see what exactly is on the rule sheet, most of it is common sense, and some of it is me saying the same thing 3 slightly different ways. But sadly, we're not in a world that can, but unfortunately, we are not in a world where I can just have a show with so many different random guests and have everyone be have this show be like acceptable to watch for all ages without having one. But just because something has rules to it does not mean that it can't be fun. I just tend to I just like yeah, our channel's taking most of December off. We're taking one web planned for December 1st. Alrighty. That's good to do. Breaks are good to do. I learned that one the hard way. But yeah. Where I was going with the whole stream show thing. So oh right, the rule sheet. So that totally does connect now that I think about it. But one of the rules on that sheet is don't ditch your slot. If you ditch your slot, then there's a strike. If you get 3 strikes, also Gray Cake, if you're watching, then I don't have to explain to you this later, but I will explain this to you regardless. But yeah, 3, it's basically like a way, so like the 3 strike system is a way for me to be like, for me to give people grace, but if people suck at following rules so much, I can be like, that's it for you. Which I have actually made a few changes to like how strikes works since the beginning of the show, but there's 2 different kinds of bans, or like all the bans happen mostly behind the scenes. We only really mention them if it's like if they're like banned off the show for the season or whatnot, but so how do I decide when it's time, when someone have done so much bad to where they cannot be on our show anymore? The first answer to that is if they make 3 rule breaks, then they will be kicked off. Now, that used to be a permanently kicked off, but what I see is that most of the strikes that are given out on this channel are due to people ditching slots, which is what caught me into talking about this rule sheet. So if you ditch a show slot, then that is a strike. And if you get 3 strikes, then you're out for at least by the end of the season. At the end of each season, I tend to do this thing I call strike reforms, which is basically like give people give people a time to explain what caused the strike and why they should not have it anymore. If they successfully convince me, which I tend to be like pretty lenient on like the reasons why. But yeah, but like if like let's see here. Here's an example, a widely known example. So like let's say someone has to like cancel a show because of homework. So for that, I would say I still give them a strike because they should have known better, but during strike reform, they can be like, "Hey Pastry, please take this slot off because I had homework." Or please take this, "Hey Pastry, please take this strike down. I had homework." And then I'll be like, "Okay." But the thing is about strike reform is you only get 1 strike reform each season. So let's say you get 3 strikes and then you get 1 taken off and then next season you get a strike. Like, trust me, Like, you have to be pretty bad to get a strike. But let's see here. But if you get enough if you get like 3 strikes and then you get one taken off and then you get another one next season, then you're pretty much out for the rest of that season too. But let's just say we haven't really had those many like 3 strike out bans on this show. It tends to be, but now here's one form of strike reforms that I added since the beginning of me figuring out the rule sheet and everything. So let's say that someone missed, or let's say someone ditched a show slot and they and then like let's say a month later someone else ditches a show slot. If the person who ditched the show slot the first time emergently takes the second ditched show slot, then I will take down, because I will take down their strike, because at that point they helped fix what caused their strike, and I just 5-year, let's see here. Let me finish my train of thought before I answer that question. But so yeah, so if someone has a ditched show slot strike and they emergently hop on another ditched show slot, then I will take that strike down. It doesn't matter how many of those kinds of strikes you have. Hello, Purple Reaper. But yeah, anyways, my 5-year YouTube channel anniversary is coming up next month. Will you be doing a celebration stream? So, because of the fact that my channel's birthday is on, during, like, the time that I usually take a break, I would not be doing, a celebration stream during that time, but if you were to look at, let's see here, also, I started the channel, like, a year earlier than I started a video for, but I'm going to look at my videos, and, let's see here, Rebellious Preview. I'm going to look at Rebellious Preview, and, so I'm going to celebrate my 5 years worth of YouTube on February 23rd instead of on my channel's birthday, just because, like, February 23rd is more significant to my channel than, like, let's say, than its actual birthday. Because its birthday was just when I decided to randomly start the channel, it wasn't when I started actually doing things on the channel. But yeah, as far as, like, when I do which video, as far as, like, the future goes, I'm not planning on to do any holiday specials, just because I did so many of those, like, in previous years. But my plan is to do History of Pastries Design. Then I'm going to do, Oops, I'm a Dude. Or Gender Journey 2, Oops, I'm a Dude. see you later, Jeff B. Like Gender Journey 2, Oops, I'm a Dude. And like basically what that's going to be is like explaining how exactly did I get to thinking from thinking I'm non-binary to thinking I'm a guy. So and then I'm gonna do story of my condition because like during the beginning of my channel I just got too scared to like specifically say what I had, just because like I got too afraid of like of if I were to do that, people just being like just being super ableist about it. But with what I do and how the donut batch is, I honestly now feel comfortable to make that video, just because like I know that I built my base to where it is able to handle a video about something sensitive to me. And then after that, I'm probably going to do like some random bullshit story. Which is what most of this channel is. Also, here's the brutal to honesty truth. The reason why I say brutal to honesty is it is funner to say than to be brutally honest. Brutal to honesty. So if I was just the one that was late, then I would have said that this is actually true. But let's just say I accidentally stayed a little too late during in the printmaking studio, which I do for a class, printmaking studio, because there was too many pastries everywhere, and I had to help take back the studio away from pastry. Which is basically like me being like, oh, I have so many pastry prints. Which I'm going to, after, which this is going to mostly affect my IRLs, but I'm going to probably end up selling some of those prints off to my IRLs and giving some to some IRLs, just because I don't want to deal with like shipping quite yet, because I'm not mentally ready to do like those kinds of things. But I'm definitely going to keep like a good chunk of, I'm going to keep at least one of each of these things. And that story is probably going to make it into a video. And yeah, so much talking. I'm going to let this audio version of pastry talk for me for a hot sec, because I wasn't quite planning to talk so much. But I am, so that's that. Why I didn't go with the eyebrows and but yeah. Another reason that I didn't mention here in this video of why pastry does not have eyebrows is the hair is, if you were to think about it, pastry's hair would cover their eyebrows. So yeah. And I remember how I said I was working on this backwards, because It's easier to do that way. I tried putting eyebrows on pastry a few times, but their character design did not seem to look quite right with the eyebrows, so let's see. For them to have the almond eyes because it would make the pupils easy to move. And as far as my decision on where, let's see here. I'm gonna try and figure out where. Let's see. There we go. The character back in 2019, back when I still identified as a she back then. And I started with a cartoon version of myself. Which is true. Let's just say these days I look Alright, so I got things working again. Yay! But yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I had a glitch out there for a sec, but yeah. Like I said, since this is not an official show, I'm going to just hop off air right now. And yeah, I platonically love you, my donut. Alright, so whoops. I got things working again. Yay! Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off air. And I platonically love you, my donut.